Hey, 5 days left. What's up? It's the Culture Detective here investigating your favorite animes, and today I'm going to be doing a very special movie review, a film that I've been very excited to see for a very long time, and that film is Look Back. Yes, for y'all anime fans out there, you are probably equally as excited to watch this movie, if not more, because Look Back is a film adaptation of a one-shot written by, of course, Fujimoto Tatsuki of Chainsaw Man fame, but also he made other works like Fire Punch and Goodbye Eri. Also, this one shot is directed by a director by the name of Oshiyama Kiyotaka, who has worked on many projects like Manga Sensei, but also the first Slam Dunk and How Do You Live, aka The Boy and the Heron, and Bisque Doll, and Gurren Lagann, a lot of projects. So anyways, that's right, last night I watched Look Back, and I was actually really scared that I would never be able to see it because the film is only 58 minutes long. And because it's less than 70 minutes, it will never get wide public release in North America, which is such a bullshit rule. So of course Look Back premiered in late June in Japan, and in July it premiered in Taiwan. So being back in Hong Kong in the summer, I was like, ooh, what if I watch Look Back in Hong Kong before I somehow eventually do at the US? And I was really scared that that's never going to happen, because up until like early August, I still don't have news on when Look Back will premiere in Hong Kong. It's like there's some weird distribution issue or something. But thankfully, they finally announced a premiere date in Hong Kong for Look Back. And it's August 29th. Are you fucking kidding me? Because I'm leaving Hong Kong on the 17th. However, I was lucky enough to catch one of the earlier advanced screenings last night. So I was actually able to watch Look Back last night. I got a couple of cool items. One is this postcard. They actually have two postcards, but I'm not a greedy man. I only took one. And it's a pretty nice little postcard. Oh, it says in Chinese right here, continue to draw. Oh, ouch, that hurts. Wow. So yeah, this is a really cool postcard. Another item I got was this 4-panel manga bookmark. So this is the if you've seen the manga or the film, you would know what it is. But this is a 4-panel manga. This is the 4-panel manga that Fujino drew outside of Kiyomoto's room. And then this is the 4-panel manga that Kiyomoto herself drew in the last part of the film. So this is really cool. Yeah, Look Back. Oh my god. Look Back is a one-shot, and it's actually a rare thing for a one-shot to be animated. Usually it's left alone being a manga, a one-book manga, but it is adapted into a film because of the extremely rising, explosive fame that Fujimoto Tatsuki had received in the last couple of years. And apparently 1 week before its release in Japan, the director Oshiyama Kiyotaka was still drawing the anime. It's still not done yet, and he managed to draw 1,000 in-betweens within 1 week, which is absolutely freaking insane. Now, anyways, Look Back is a story about two girls, Fujino and Kiyomoto. By the way, if you put Fujino and Kiyomoto together, you get Fujimoto, which is the name of the mangaka Fujimoto Tatsuki, obviously. But this is a story about two girls who met shortly after they graduated high school, but they never met during high school. But during high school, they were both drawing manga for the school newspaper, and I guess a bit of a rivalry sort of happened, or maybe a one-sided rivalry. But they met after graduation and they became buddies and they worked together, and that's basically all you need to know about Look Back. It's about two girls who likes to draw, and that's it. You don't need to know the rest. Go in blind. And yeah, the story is really simple, and I would be lying if I say I've never seen a story like this. Two people, friends, or just any number of people having a passion for a particular thing and then working on it is something that I've seen many times in film and TV and animes already. I mean, hell, I've already seen it in Keep Your Hands Off Ezo Ken. But also, this is a semi-autobiography of Fujimoto Tatsuki himself. And I really love it when anime directors do that. Like I said, I just mentioned Keep Your Hands Off Ezo Ken, directed by the one and only amazing director Masaki Yuasa. And that anime, while it's adapted from another manga, it's also in some ways semi-autobiographical. The same thing I can say for The Wind Rises by Miyazaki Hayao. Anyways, I digress. Back to Look Back, which is, by the way, a reference of an Oasis song, Don't Look Back in Anger, which is really cool. Thank you, Fujimoto Tatsuki, for being a music nerd. And like Chainsaw Man, there are also a lot of Fujimoto-isms that can be found in Look Back, whether it be the mysterious doorways, the thick, black, messy hair, and also the unconventional story structure that sort of changes again and again. But even so, it's still something starkly different from Chainsaw Man. Some scenes here and there sparked controversy, particularly one scene in the middle of the film that takes place at an art school that, when I watched it, immediately reminds me of the terrible larceny committed to Kyoto Animations back in 2019. However, even though I really like the most parts of the film, it is not without criticisms. There are a couple of things that I would have changed if I was the writer/director. Not necessarily Fujimoto Tatsuki, more so Oshiyama Kiyotaka and whoever wrote the screenplay for this. First of all, I think the ending could have lasted longer. I know it's a one-shot. I know we don't have all the time in the world, but it does feel fast-paced. This story does feel fast-paced, and there are several montages in the film. I thought that those montages could be expanded into something a lot more emotional and deeper. Let the audience sink into these characters' lives further before the twist, so that and even after the quote-unquote twist, I feel like the ending could have lasted longer. We're feeling pain, we're feeling anger, and I wish the director would just let the audience soak in that pain for longer to make it hurt more, you know? Another thing is the music is a bit too on the nose, and this is a very common issue with a lot of anime films and animes. It's that when it's sad, it plays sad music. The audience knows how to be sad. You don't need music to teach the audience how to be sad. But aside from these two gripes I have with Look Back, I think overall the film is amazing. Apparently another complaint people would have is that Fujimoto Tatsuki's pacing is untranslatable to the big screen. That I do not know anything about because I haven't read the manga. Maybe reading the manga would help, but it is apparent that Oshiyama Kiyotaka imbued his own style onto this film, especially when he gave it a 2:1 aspect ratio. Yes, the very trendy aspect ratio that even commercials use these days. But anyways, aside from these gripes, I think this film is absolutely fantastic. Not only is the animation beautiful and detailed, the backgrounds are bright and vibrant and colorful. My favorite shot, or two shots of the entire film, is when Fujino was grabbing Kyomoto's hand and they're running through the city and it's slow-mo, and you see Fujino looking back and smiling, and then you see Kyomoto smiling back. those two shots almost made me cry. It's too freaking beautiful. And I don't know, I think as an artist, even though I'm a filmmaker and I'm not necessarily a mangaka, even though obviously that's something that I'm aspiring to be in the last couple of nights. In fact, in the last couple of months, I've been training drawing, which I'm embarrassed to show off, but I mean, come on, I've been training. Loomis head, this shit is difficult. 1 point perspective, 2 point perspective. Look, man, I've been trying to. So when I watched the film, I actually felt really relatable. It's like, oh my god, they're literally me. I want to be an artist too. And there have been countless moments in my life where my short film and another person's short film is shown side by side, and another person is just way better than mine, and I'm just like, how? You know? And there have been many moments where I wanted to give up. The first half of Look Back is as relatable as it can ever be, and honestly the first half is a 10 out of 10. It's just that the second half was a little bit shy. Just something was keeping it from being a perfect score. I didn't cry out my brains, but the guy to my left certainly did. He was literally like snot coming out, sniffing. But I would be lying if I say I didn't get teary-eyed at all. The second half of the film almost went to a bit of a time travel element and a little bit of a fantasy direction, which I got pretty invested in. In fact, I thought the film would be like a repeat, you know, in the first half and the second half, but that didn't happen. But nonetheless, this film is still inspiring and incredibly beautiful, and a love letter to art and artists, and I really appreciate this film for what it is. Okay, so right now I'm going to go into spoilers. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the film, skip to the end of the video, look at the score, goodbye. 3, 2, 1. Spoilers. So, Kyomoto dies. But I wasn't that surprised. The moment they were holding hands and Kyomoto was like finger by finger leaving the hand, when I saw that shot, I was like, okay, I bet she dies, doesn't she? And she did. I wasn't surprised. For some people, maybe they are surprised, but I'm not that surprised about that. You know, when I saw that shot, I was like, okay, they're gonna pull a Bunny Girl Senpai, are they? And I'm sorry, I just spoiled Bunny Girl Senpai, but I haven't even seen that film, Bunny Girl Senpai, the film. But yeah, Kyomoto dies, and I wasn't that hurt about it. But even so, I wish they made the pain last longer at the end. Maybe show Fujino grief longer. But the ending is fantastic. Like, continuing to draw, you know, continuing to live, but she just never was able to justify her own actions. And for a moment, I thought the entire film will repeat itself, and we're gonna jump to a parallel timeline, like it's right here, wrong then, or something like that. But anyways, it's still a good story, it's still a beautiful ending, and I am still incredibly moved by this film, and it's still one of the best movies of the year thus far, and a film of the year contender. I'm giving Look Back a strong 9 out of 10. So, have you watched Look Back? Comments below, let me know. Subscribe if you want more. Thanks for watching.